We've gone through all the instructions one time. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger? Any questions from the champion? Let's get it on.
The always authoritative Mills Lane with the final words. And if that won't rev you up, nothing will, as James Buddy McGirt, rated number 1 by the WBC, WBA, and IBF, gets set to tangle with the WBC welterweight champ, Simon Brown, involved in his 10th World Championship fight. He's 9-0, coming in championship fights, and we're underway.
And if there's one thing you can look for Simon, it's patience. He doesn't care what happens in the first 2 or 3. He gets his work in, he measures, he's not in a hurry, and then after that, all hell breaks loose.
I believe this is somewhat of a dream match. The ever-punching welterweight champion of the world against the master slick boxing former junior welterweight champion, and put up 4 pounds, and now he's a welterweight, and this is an interesting fight. Simon Brown, for my opinion, should go right on him and take it to him.
Well, Brown told us he hopes to start earlier against McGirt than he did against Maurice Blanca. Very respectful of Buddy McGirt in the blue. He says he's got his hands full, called McGirt a great boxer and fighter.
Well, if there's any jitteriness, it should be on the part of McGirt. He should be giving him a lot of motion. He's a fine, fine boxer. Almost an even match. You got to give a championship edge to the champion. But Blanca, remember, he is patient, and he feels like when the time comes, he will step on the gas.
Simon Brown has to come in behind that jab and cut the ring off as he do it. Because as you know, Buddy McGirt is very sleep-footed. And he's moving, and he's got to start punching and going out.
Get that shoulder down, Simon, come on.
But I'll tell you one thing, Mike, he's not going to win the title backing up the whole night. He's going to have to come in to fight from time to time, and that's when it's dangerous with Simon.
Of course, but as you know, he's a slick boxer and sharp puncher, so he tries to let Simon make mistakes where he can counter with a hard punch and throw him off guard. But Simon, a hard puncher and aggressive fighter that he is, he should take it right to him and punch to the body.
Watch the head.
Both have paid their dues. McGirt, a tireless worker who wins many rounds on sheer volume of punches. There were a few right there.
Oh, he'll do that all night long.
Meanwhile, Brown has that potent left hook. McGirt has to be leery of that. A minute to go in the opening round, scheduled for 12. Brown's biggest flaw, perhaps, is defense. Sometimes he can open himself up. And
Brown must take advantage.
Defender.
Brown must take advantage of the end punch in fighting. He mustn't let McGirt semi-tie him up and then get off with the combination. Because Brown has speed in his hand as well.
Yes, opponents are often reluctant to open up the attack on Brown for fear of being countered with a power punch by Simon Brown in the black trunks.
Right now, neither man establishing anything in particular. Both a lot of give and take in this round. The aggressor is Simon Brown. McGirt has gotten in some very good combinations and shots, but not anything to put any hurt on Simon Brown. See, it's a good shot.
Heading for the bell.
That's it. Good boy. Deep breath. Don't throw punches and look. You understand? Get out of there, or either that, get off with your jab. All right, take a deep breath. Very good. There's one in the bank. Don't be afraid to use that jab. You hear? Deep breath, baby. Take your time. It's all yours. You understand? There's one in the bank.
All the flaws up there don't mean nothing. You just work. That's what I'm talking about.
Emil Griffin, the great trainer, he's not saying anything. He's just taking care of Simon Brown. No talking going on in the corner.
Here we go, second serve.
They must be very confident, Mike. Nobody said anything to Simon Brown.
And Simon must pick up the momentum, believe me.
Here we go into round 2. The former 4-time world champion, Emil Griffith, in the corner of Simon Brown.
Let's rephrase that, 5-time world champion, 2-time welterweight champion.
One of the all-time greats.
I tell you, every time we fought him, one of the fighters we had, we lost. I mean, he kept beating everything we had, Angelo's fighters.
Buddy McGirt won 16 straight fights since losing the IBF Junior Welterweight crown to Meldrick Taylor, and he's 4-0 since an arm injury, suffered a torn bicep tendon in his left arm against Jose Bermudez in July of '90. Will Brown aim for the arm? He said only if things get nasty. There's a wild miss by Brown. Otherwise, Brown said, I'm going to aim for Buddy's chin.
And as you notice, he's taking Simon Brown off his game plan. Buddy McGirt wants this welterweight championship, a championship that's been established in 1878 by Pat McDuffie. And as you know, great fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, they became great faces in here. And Simon Brown's trying to, fill in the gap between those great fighters.
And there's no truth to the rumor. Ferdy was there to call that fight in 1878.
He's looking pretty good since 1878, isn't he? And Simon Brown, as I say, have to take the aggressive and not throw one punch at a time. He has to work off the jab and come in forward, because Buddy McGirt is trying to catch him come in and try to catch him lunging. And he's too experienced a fighter to be caught that way, I believe. And we're in for, I believe, fellas, that we're in for a heck of a fight tonight.
Well, so far, so good.
Buddy's fighting on nervous energy, no doubt about that. He's fighting kind of jittery, but you can see exactly what I'm telling you with Simon. He just takes his time. When he gets there, he hits hard. He's not really worried till after the third or fourth, then is when everything starts to happen with him.
And Buddy McGirt likes to rely on speed and head movement, a lot of side to side.
Well, McGirt can build up a nice lead if he takes advantage of Simon's lackadaisical pace.
Simon must punch to the body and slow McGirt down, because McGirt is a mover, and as you said before, he's moving on a lot of nervous energy. Knowing he's in there with one of the most fierce welterweight punches in the whole division's history. And he's going to start putting those punches together now if he can slow Buddy McGirt down.
Simon Brown, who has one of the most potent left hooks in the game.
And great chins, let us not hasten to add. Great chin, great punching power, and patience adds up to a good champion. McGirt outspeeding him.
And Simon Brown has to put combinations together. He mustn't let Buddy McGirt take the play away. Buddy McGirt, a smooth, slick boxer, fast hand. The only way to slow him down is to keep that jab in his face and cut the ring off. Simon Brown's not cutting the ring off. As an experienced fighter he is, he should cut the ring off.
Watch what happens after the third or fourth round. When this guy kicks in, he's letting him go, and he's letting him build a lead because he's winning these rounds.
Buddy McGirt giving a good account of himself here in these first 3 rounds.
But the only thing I want you to do, I want you to move your hand a little bit more inside. Every time you get close to, don't look to hit him. I mean to hold him. Punch inside. Punch inside, Simon. Don't give him the fight, okay?
These are the flurries that are winning the rounds, these first 2 rounds for McGirt. Right on the button, sharp. It doesn't quite hurt Simon Brown, but sure takes him out of his rhythm and loses around. Let's take another look at that. Uppercut coming, a wide looping hook. They're not doing damage, but they sure do build up the points.
And they're certainly talking in the corner of Simon Brown right now.
Finally, they said, hey, you better start fighting on the inside and land some body shots. And that's exactly what he's got to do this round.
Buddy McGirt's corner extremely confident that they're going to walk away with the welterweight championship of the world. But I'm sure Simon Brown has different thoughts in mind. But he must fight differently. He must put punches together. He must hit the bodies and slow Buddy McGirt down, which I know he's capable of doing here. And as you see now, he's punching to the body to get some perception from Buddy McGirt.
McGirt told us Brown wins all of his fights one way, by applying pressure. Then the opponent tries to outbox him and eventually runs out of gas. But McGirt said he is ready to go a full 12 here and seems to be in great condition.
McGirt is a finely conditioned athlete, and he is used to going the distance. I saw him go with Frankie Warren twice, and there was no slowing up at all in Buddy McGirt. He just goes full speed ahead. Good hammering shot by Simon just then.
One of McGirt's 2 losses to Frankie Warren, the other to Meldrick Taylor. Simon Brown 34-1, his lone defeat to Marlon Starling in '85.
Step back. Good punching. Here we go.
Mills Lane, the 3rd man of the ring, also a district judge out of Reno, former district attorney. He repped the recent Holyfield Cooper fight in Atlanta. Tonight his 58th championship fight. Good combination.
Simon Brown must not let Buddy McGirt do that, because every time he do that, it takes the momentum away. It takes his perception off of his punches, and he's out of range to punch because he's so preoccupied with the combinations that Buddy McGirt is just throwing.
A lot of good infighting just then by Simon. Simon can really fight hard inside. You can't let him loose. You can't let his arm go there.
Simon Brown, as Ferdy pointed out, with a strong chin. He was dropped just once in the first bout with Tyrone Trice.
This is a big fight for Simon Brown, and for both men for that matter. And you know, as you see right now, Buddy McGirt, he's trying to make a fool out of him, flipping him, spinning him around, frustrate him. But he has to stay the hard, concrete, concentrate champion that he is, and just concentrate on the body and slowing Buddy McGirt down.
Buddy McGirt stopped only once by Meldrick Taylor and dropped only once by Tony Baltimore.
Oh, nice right hand by McGirt that seemed to stun Simon for a moment.
A left by McGirt.
Simon Brown must add pressure and punch to the body. He must throw punches. Something has to be done here.
Well, that will certainly wake up Simon Brown. He's going to hear it in the corner because he's gotten 2 hammering shots. One of them wobbled him.
And the chance of Buddy from the New Yorkers in the crowd here in support of McGirt.
Buddy McGirt fighting a beautiful fight. He's moving, he's punching, and every once in a while he slams home a winning shot.
Simon Brown must stay cool, champion, and just work concentrating on the body.
Simon, relax yourself. Relax yourself. Okay. Now listen to me. Relax yourself. You get close to him, you punch. Don't walk in without punching. Get close to my punch. Deep breath. Deep breath. One more. Now you get close to him, you punch. Don't just walk in without punching. Don't, okay man, you're not doing it. Don't, okay man, don't do it. Do it.
And see what McGirt has found, a little combination right inside to Simon Brown. He's been landing that. The points are flowing. Now let's take a look at that big right hand that seemed to wobble for a second. Simon Brown. Look at that shot. You see the wobble right there? That if he could have just stayed close to him and landed an attack, it might have been big trouble for Simon Brown.
And round 4, what a solid right by McGirt. Scheduled for 12. McGirt gaining confidence with each round.
And from here on out is where we see what the champion is made of, because this is when he likes to fight now. So let's see what happens. He's lost the first 3 quite unofficially on my card.
He was down to Maurice Blocker too, but as we saw, he is a superb finisher and came back to stop his best friend, Maurice. Let's see what happens here against Buddy McGirt.
For openers, he's starting to jab a lot stronger and a lot harder, trying to control the motion of McGirt. Trying to get him on the end of that jab.
He must contain the intensity of that jab coming and bringing up an uppercut and then bring a left hook. Because as long as he let Buddy McGirt concentrate and dictate that jab, he's going to throw his perception off, as you see, as he did right there.
Good quick right hand by McGirt.
Right over the jab. McGirt,
another shot by McGirt, this time with the left.
McGirt outspeeding, outthinking the champion.
I don't know how hard those punches are, but they do look bad to the judges, I'm sure. Because they look like, you see the sweat coming off his head, they look like they're damaging punches.
Good combination by McGirt, followed by a left to the face. McGirt scoring well here.
And he must punch once he's inside. He mustn't walk in time. There's a cut over the right eye of the champion.
Little trickle of blood over the right eye of Simon Brown.
He's been getting hammered. There's another shot.
Midway through the 4th.
I do not understand why Simon Brown is fighting like that. He's lunging with the left jab. He must throw the combination once he's inside. He must not allow Buddy McGirt to come off like that. He must throw combination punches as soon as he gets inside.
Oh, what a flurry by McGirt.
McGirt just looking great.
Tremendous.
Buddy McGirt is fighting a Meldrick Taylor type of fight. As you know, he's throwing the combinations in and out. And Buddy McGirt, this is his game. He's running around the ring, but he throws the combination. He always scores. It's not like he's running around and he's just not scoring. He scores and he gets out.
And not getting hit in return.
Exactly.
He's gone, but he's punching and gone.
And he's making the great champion miss and look bad. I can't believe what's happening here.
McGirt showing tremendous hand speed, landing with a left there.
Well, you're beginning to wonder how many of these shots can Simon Brown take. He's getting clean shots to the head, hooks, and all kind of straight right hands are landing. McGirt looking wonderful.
Hey, why is Simon Brown walking straight in? Why is he being elusive coming in? Simon Brown, this is not the Simon Brown that I'm used to seeing fight.
Solid right by McGirt.
It looked like it rocked Simon.
It did wobble him coming in. He took a misstep. I'm telling you, he can't
Simon
take
must
this
put the
kind
punch. He must throw 3 punches together, not 1 or 2, but 3 punches together.
And now,
yes, continue, throw back with him, punch with him. Simon Brown must punch with him.
what an exchange to end the 4th.
For the body, forget the goddamn head. Don't hit his head, chest and belly, forget the head. Come on, baby, you can do it. When you get close, use your jab and drop the right hand in. Don't be scared to use your body punches, Simon. You get close, Simon. You hit him in the body, and you hit him in the goddamn chest. All right?
Let's take a look at that big right hand. McGirt is hitting right on the button. You can see the way that the head moves off to the side. It's having a big effect. Let's take another look from another angle. You see it's right on the button, and his legs are wobbling as the champion, Simon Brown. And he doesn't look like he has an answer, Mike, for this. He doesn't look like he knows what to do.
Buddy McGirt is an extremely smart fighter, and he's fighting a smart fight, counter-punching, in and out, like the old-time fighters do. You throw a punch, he throws the punch with you, but he's on the outside while his punch is connecting. He's on the outside where he's not getting hit. And how long can he keep it up? We don't know. Simon Brown's not fighting with the intensity that we're used to seeing him fight. And if he wants to keep this championship, he has to go for blood. He has to rough him up in there. He has to fight like a champion. He has to make him, if you want this title, you have to beat me with everything I know. And I'm going to fight hard and dirty.
Brown getting caution for hitting behind the head.
You got to count. You got to count. Buddy McGirt's getting ready to throw a right hand. So you got to count, as I'm seeing, on time. He's getting ready to throw the right hand. And Simon Brown, being the experienced fighter he is, the champion of the world and confident, why isn't he able to see that? I don't know.
I think he's gotten a little mentally lazy at the beginning, and now he's way behind, at least unofficially, 4 rounds to nothing. And so he's got to start throwing hard punches and hope that one of them lands and stops Buddy McGirt, because Buddy seems to have found the answer.
Well, Buddy's fighting very well, but let's see how long it lasts.
McGirt to this point in total command. The much busier of the two, the challenger, Buddy McGirt, for the WBC welterweight crown. He can taste it.
There you go, buddy. You're grabbing too much.
It's too early for that. Simon's starting to get that look.
It's the head.
He's starting to get that hunter look that he gets when he wants to punch hard and put somebody out. Look at that. Oh, low blow. Very low blow.
Mills Lane steps in, but says nothing to Simon Brown. Didn't have the angle as we did.
He must bring the right uppercut and the left hook in order to connect. He has to throw more than one punch to hit his guy as quick as Buddy McGirt. He has to put the punches together, Simon Brown.
Brown, an easy target, just standing right in front of McGirt.
But he is on the attack. But the pressure is different this round. This round, it's Simon Brown with the pressure that he hadn't had yet.
Ooh, good thumping right by Simon Brown. McGirt slipping punches afterwards.
Simon must continue to bring the attack with a ferocious attack. Continue to punch while he's inside, and if he wants to be successful in defending his title. He has to punch while he's inside because Buddy McGirt will kill him with the speed.
As he did late against Maurice Blocker. There's a good left by McGirt that penetrated. Less than 20 seconds in the 5th round. McGirt going to the head again.
And for some strange reason, Brown's not throwing punches with the extreme snap on it. He needs bad intention in order to defend his title successfully. You know what I mean?
Good boy.
There's 5 in the bank, buddy.
Relax.
The savings and loan will be looking for you.
Wait a minute. How you feel, champ? Keep that mouth closed. Keep your hands up. Buddy, you go back to the boom, boom, boom jab, all right? Double jab. Take a deep breath. Come on, you're all right. You didn't even get your second
Don't
one.
give him nothing free. That'd be one thing different. Move the head and punch. All right, Heaven. Deep breath. Come on, you can do it. Come on.
Well, coming up in January, another one. Donovan Razor Ruddock, one of the most feared punchers in the heavyweight division, returns to the ring to face former WBA heavyweight champion Greg Page. It'll be Ruddock's first fight since his decision loss to a fellow named Mike Tyson last June. Mike's sitting to our left as we head into round 6.
All right, now Buddy McGirt must punch. Once he's inside, must do everything. Must push him off, punch. Continue to punch with snap. He must bend his legs more to get the power from this. Now Buddy McGirt looks like he may have slowed down a little because he allowed him to get off those punches in the clinches.
Did you notice that last round, the distance shortened between them?
Exactly.
Simon pressed. Simon fought inside. Simon hit to the body. And all of a sudden, it was a different fight going there. It started to change. See him? He's not floating around like a butterfly anymore.
Brown looking to stalk Buddy McGirt.
Why did he hesitate right now when he punched? He must continue. He must punch in combination, Simon. And if he would have threw a 3-punch combination, he would have took Buddy McGirt out of there.
Brown landed with the left, though.
Here comes smoking. Here comes smoking Simon.
McGirt comes back. But here comes Brown again.
Now this is Brown on the attack. This is the hunter and the prey. This is the guy that wakes up at round 4 or 5.
And keep an eye out on that right eye of Simon Brown. Looks like it may be closing a bit.
Simon Brown seemed to pick up the momentum at this particular point, and we're in the 6th round. 6 more rounds to go, and this fight has been fast-paced. And it looks like he hurt Buddy a little with a left hook to the body.
He's punching hard to the body now, Mike. And that's taking the legs out from McGirt.
Exactly, as you can see further, he's slowing down.
He isn't dancing anymore. The guy is on him. Simon is on him, and he's on him with hard punches to the body. There's
my God! Simon Brown is punching extremely hard to the body, and he should stay there.
Simon is hunting with a shotgun in his hand. There's another one. That was low. That was low.
Oh.
No warning. Combination to the head by McGirt.
But McGirt is shooting with a BB gun, and Simon Brown is shooting with a shotgun.
Less than a minute remaining. 6th round.
Toe-to-toe action, and this is what we need to bring boxing back alive. 2 great fighters like this.
Frantic exchanges. A lunging left by Brown. Brown in close. But McGirt standing toe-to-toe with Brown.
Oh, Brown is punching with bad intentions.
And now, the evil intentions are coming out.
The strong finisher.
What's going on with Buddy McGirt's mind? This guy's taking my best shot.
McGirt looking winded.
What's the hand? Punch on it. You got 2 hands, friend.
Final seconds of round 6. Big round for Brown.
Brown has turned the tide of this fight. He's taking a fight out of McGirt.
Hey, flip. Get look at that eye.
Man, you're doing good again, son, but you gotta throw more hooks, baby. You gotta throw more hooks. You got him all worried there.
Almansky, the doctor, has been called in to take a look at the cut, which does not appear bad enough. Let's listen.
Please, son. Deep breath, someone. Deep breath.
I don't believe the cut is bad enough where the doctor should be in the ring.
Exactly.
You being a doctor for these shit.
Move your hands here. Move your hands here. Move your hands.
Let's take a look at that hard body work that's turning this fight around.
Oh,
those punches right under the heart and to the liver and to the side are taking the legs out of Buddy McGirt. Let's take another good look. These punches, look at that. That's a solid, hard punch.
We have 2 courageous fighters, and Simon Brown coming on in the 6th round. And now here we go to 7th round, and Simon Brown still stalking.
And he might have a little bit more fuel in his tank because he's got a cut and he's afraid they may stop it, although it doesn't look like anything. I'm amazed that they brought the doctor in.
Buddy McGirt had his mouth open.
Right by Brown.
Buddy McGirt, he was slowing down in the end of the 6th round, and as you know right now, he's been hit with a good punch, and now he has his mouth open. He's breathing through his mouth, so ironically, it seems as if he's sucking for air.
And blood flying from above the right eye of Simon Brown. Plunging left there by Brown. Not much impact, though.
Brown coming on like a runaway freight train. And McGirt looking like a guy that's standing in the tracks waiting to get a run over.
A very intense battle, this WBC welterweight title, right from the opening bell. McGirt in command at the outset, but Brown coming strong.
Hard punch to the
good
body by
example
Simon
of what
Brown.
Tyson said a moment ago. Body shots inside, and that's what you just saw Simon Brown do. 3 or 4 inside digging body shots.
Ferdy, it's unbelievable how quick the body punches take effect. 1 minute the guy's moving fast, and then the next second he dies instantaneously.
McGirt looking a little worried. It's not have the confidence that he had in those first 4 rounds.
Simon Brown must continue to punch to the body in order to slow this sleek-footed fighter down.
I think he senses that he's getting this guy right where he wants him, in his sights.
Now McGirt aiming for the damaged eye, but not having any impact. There's a right hand by Brown, and Brown able to eat some punches too.
Brown is just... Here comes McGirt a little bit.
Yeah, combination by McGirt.
Oh,
Wild action.
First offensive action by McGirt in a long time.
Buddy McGirt got a fresh breath air from somewhere, and he's punching back with the sharp combination he was doing earlier in the fight.
The problem is it has no effect on Simon Brown. He keeps coming.
But it looks good to the judges.
But he's gotten hammered all during this round. It wasn't enough to take this round.
Again, McGirt opening up. Right uppercut by McGirt.
Simon Brown must put the combinations together. With less than 30 seconds left.
Come on.
Oh, hard body punches. And you can see they take effect of Buddy, because you see...
One good shot, but he moved away to admire his work rather than stay there and follow it up. Simon doesn't make that mistake. He stays there.
The slugfest raging on. No knockdowns as of yet in the second.
Great shot by Simon, but he took it, and a good shot by McGirt in return.
Great, baby, great, baby.
Bring it on, man.
I got it. Relax. Give me those legs, baby.
Let's take a look at the sequence of fast action. There's a right hand, Simon. McGirt trying to sneak that little right hand back in. Look at that shot by Simon. Let's take a look at this kind of action. Let's repeat it. Let's look from a different angle. That gives you the perspective of the punch. Both men throwing right hands at the same time, and then he comes back for more.
But he should
Simon
come
is
back
on
with a
the
left
hunt.
hook. Simon should put those punches in 2 or 3 punches in session. I know it's tough when you're fighting the guy that's so fast.
W hook every time.
Here we go. Seconds out.
Round 8 scheduled for 12. Simon Brown showing he can take the punishment and then dish it out.
And this fight is getting very even. One more round, Simon Brown pulls out, and he's dead even.
Turning into a vicious affair.
But you can feel the momentum change. You can feel the ebb and flow is going toward the champion, who's more confident every round, stronger every round. McGirt looking more tentative, more fearful every round. Fearful is not the right word. Cautious should be the word.
As you said before, as you noticed, Simon Brown is getting more and more closer with that right hand.
A big-time brawl here in Las Vegas between Simon Brown and Buddy McGirt for the title. Combination to the head by McGirt, but Brown seemed to deflect it.
Not much on the punches of McGirt. He's landing, but
Looking
without
at the face
crispness.
of Buddy McGirt, he looks a little bewildered. He's feeling the punches from Simon Brown.
I'll tell you one thing, Ferdy. Brown's not looking ahead to Norris or Chavez.
Watch
No, he
out, that
takes him
head.
one fight at a
Don't
time.
watch
I
the
told you
head.
he's patient, and then
Punch
when he
out of it.
gets
You
his
got two
hunter's
hands
mode
free.
on, he's relentless. He's a good welterweight.
The New York fans in support of James Buddy McGirt. You can hear them. Over 100. Big right by McGirt, followed by a right by Brown. But McGirt's was more effective.
More impressive, too. It was long.
Combination by McGirt. Brown taking a lot of punishment, eating a lot of leather. Less than a minute to go in the 8th.
And we're watching a fight. Simon Brown's in the fight of his life, coming on and on.
Oh.
And he threw the mouthpiece out on purpose.
Yeah.
Buddy McGirt threw the mouthpiece out on purpose.
He is tired. He's weary. He can't breathe right.
Look, he's spitting out.
Mills Lane just picked it up with his left hand and flipped it into the McGirt corner. McGirt fighting without the mouthpiece. Less than 30 seconds in the round.
And he was just in a... Buddy McGirt is slowing down.
Let's see if Brown
He's
can
throwing
take
the
it down.
combination punches, but he's going through the motions. He's slowing down. Simon Brown is taking his toll. He must punch once he gets inside, though. If he doesn't punch, he's just wasting time. Hit the body. At this particular time, Simon Brown has to hit the body.
Come over here. Come over here. Time.
Now, with about 5 seconds, Lane calls time to get the mouthpiece in.
Come on, the mouthpiece. Come on.
He wanted to
Time.
wait for the action
Come on,
to
time.
subside, and now they got it back in. But that's it.
Time. Time.
You gotta walk this. Wipe his eye. Wipe his eye. Wipe it out. Hey, how bad you want
Let this dry? Come on, give me an inflow on this. Where's your ice pack? Come here. Put your head back. Which side is it on now? Right over here. That's the water. Relax, you get a whole time. Hold on, get it off. Good job, baby.
Keep your hands up, Simon. Keep your hands up, Simon. Hey. Keep your hands up and drop your left hook and hand. When you get him on the rope,
Sometimes fighters spit out the mouthpiece. You see it was already half out. He just spit it out in order to take a good breath, get that bothersome mouthpiece out. But that's indicative of the fact that he's very tired.
But Ferdy, this tells me something. When he did something of that nature, it makes me feel that he's reluctant about his chances now.
It is round 9, scheduled for 12.
Round 8 was a fairly even round.
Simon Brown must stay to the body, and that mouthpiece will be spit out again. He mustn't allow him to take the momentum away.
Slapping left by McGirt. Brown likes to tempt fighters into toe-to-toe brawls, and we've got one here.
Let him go, buddy.
These are the moments when Brown usually pours it on.
Punch out of there.
But Brown has taken a lot of punishment in the earlier rounds here, and he's taking more now.
Simon Brown must continue to punch to the body.
Oh, nice
He
uppercut.
must continue to throw those combinations as he's throwing hard.
Good combination by McGirt to the head.
McGirt making a heck of a motion to take this round away from Simon, who has stopped fighting for some reason, and that reason is Buddy McGirt. He's right in his face and punching a lot. Tired as he is, weary as he is, he's in there.
Brown looking weary, and McGirt has a second win.
Yep, McGirt has a second win here, and he's...
But Simon Brown still has murder on his punches, as you noted.
Punch out.
Well, he can't gamble too much more because this is close now.
Buddy McGirt again looks
goes.
like he's tired. Every minute and a half, Buddy McGirt seems to take in as if he's tired or so.
The crowd at a fever pitch throughout most of this fight. The many fans traveling from New York. to raise heck for Buddy McGirt.
Buddy winning this round with an exceptional display of energy. Just when you thought he was through, he is coming back.
He spit out the mouthpiece at the end of the previous round, looking for more air. He's got it here, the ninth.
Two hammering shots. Those were the first ones that looked like they had something on them.
Combination to the head by McGirt. That snapped Brown's head back.
What an exhibition by McGirt. He's just from the edge of doom. He came back and he's been fighting his heart out this round.
And again, he's tired. His mouthpiece is getting ready to come out.
He's tired, Mike, but he's got a big heart.
Buddy McGirt's giving every round. Every round is giving everything he has. And Simon Brown has to come on if he wants to keep his welterweight championship of the world.
What a combination to McGirt.
Oh my, Simon Brown must have concrete in his jaw.
A right by Brown to end the round. Well, this is quite a close fight, and speaking of close fights, in February, Showtime Championship Boxing goes down under as we bring you live via satellite from Australia the Azuma Nelson-Jeff Fenech rematch for the WBC Super Featherweight title. This past June, Nelson and Fenech fought to a controversial draw, with the champion Nelson retaining the title. We hope you can join us in February from Australia.
Let's watch McGirt's valiant comeback. This was from the edge of doom. He came back and he's putting combinations in, hard combinations, and then moving away before the champion has the time to return the favor.
You're gonna take the other
That
side.
was a big round for
Buddy McGirt is giving everything he's got.
It is. The rest of the bit.
Oh my.
He took the aggressiveness. He took everything out of Simon Brown. Now Simon's got to try to win back the lead.
Round 10, Brown very eager to get back into it. He's pressing the attack. Let's see how McGirt handles.
Oh my.
Unofficially, my score is Buddy McGirt ahead, 87 to 85. But this is so close, it could be either
And me,
way.
myself, I got the bout even.
The judges, Jerry Roth, Dalby Shirley, and Ray Solis. In Las Vegas, anything can happen.
Buddy McGirt is fighting his little heart out. But then again, Simon Brown is at all times punching hard. Anything can happen here.
And he is hunting, he is chasing, he is the aggressor, and those are points in his favor. And he is a champion, and that has something to do with it.
He must throw more than one punch, though. He must throw more than one punch.
We saw what happened in the Nelson-Fenech fight. A lot of people thought Fenech won that fight. It was a draw. Nelson retained his title. Who knows?
That right uppercut to the body, I believe, shook Buddy McGirt a little.
It's right under the heart, and
Oh,
it hurts.
my God.
Another one.
Those are the punches that make his mouthpiece come out of his mouth.
This is the first clinch we've seen in the whole fight. Unbelievable. It has been so action-packed. Midway through the 10th now. Oh, brother. A left by Buddy McGirt.
First good offensive action of the round by McGirt. Landing solid point, building combination.
Simon Brown never stops. He continues to come. He always comes. And that's another mental edge on him. Because Buddy McGirt must say, what's holding this guy up? I'm hitting him with clean shots, flush in the jaw. And he's not even budging.
But Brown's defense, as we said at the outset, a flaw. He opens himself up, and McGirt's taking advantage. But can Brown come back and score a knockout punch like he did against Blocker?
Simon Brown back on the attack, back turning this round in his favor.
Got to bring that combination together. As he throw that right hand, left hook. Oh.
He's right on his feet. He doesn't look that hurt.
We got 22 seconds left.
Brown down for only the second time.
Buddy McGirt will try to finish him right now.
Can McGirt finish him off for the final 10 seconds of the 10th?
Let's take a look at this knockdown because it seemed to be a flash. That was right. There was a good left hook.
I believe it was a left hook that did it.
There's another left hook, and down he goes. It's 2 hooks that got him down. The right didn't land real flush, but the hooks did. That's the first one right there from this viewpoint. And here comes the next one, right there. And the legs went out from under Simon, and was that a surprise knockdown, Mike?
Oh, man, the punches had to land because Simon was getting hit to consecutive, and he was doubling up on the left hook, tripling up on it. And one of them had to land. And both fighters being as tired as they are and exhausted, anything can happen at this particular time.
And now the title is really up for grabs.
Simon Brown must come out here to give everything he had.
Round 11, Brown the champion, McGirt the #1 contender. McGirt decking Brown late in the 10th. Time, says Mills Lane.
Start with a mouthpiece.
Something with the mouthpiece.
Simon Brown started the round without a mouthpiece.
Oh, man.
Here we go, come on.
Emil Griffin got a little excited.
They lost their composure in the corner. They forgot to put in the mouthpiece.
Emil Griffin was a great champion, but he's starting to work the corner man. And let's go back to this fight.
Oh, man.
Simon Brown must continue to keep his defense up, keep his hands up, and come in moving his head and punching as he made Buddy McGirt miss. He mustn't lose any composure at this particular moment, because this is the time he must be more composed and act like the champion as ever.
With that big 10-8 round, all Buddy's got to do is get on his bicycle and survive, and he is the next champion, at least unofficially on my card.
And McGirt, knowing deep down inside he's got to be cautious too, careful. He knows about Brown's potent left hook. But McGirt showing no respect.
Simon Brown's not used to fighting such a short, fleet-footed fighters, but he's very fast, and as he punches, he gets in close, and he can give Simon Brown a chance to get off. But Simon Brown must punch, he'll get inside, he must throw the combination, even though he's tired, he has to punch. But this is the championship of the world at stake.
McGirt continues to be in command.
Well, he got a big lift off that knockdown, and now he knows he can be the champion of the world. And Simon Brown doesn't know how to catch up with McGirt and save his title.
Buddy McGirt just dropped the most feared welterweight in the world at this particular moment and giving a good account of himself. Simon Brown must keep his hands up.
That knockdown must have taken a lot out of Simon Brown because he's not attacking with big force.
He must keep his hands up. But this guy would counterpunch him to death.
Again, McGirt asserting himself. Less than a minute to go in the 11th. Lunging left uppercut by McGirt.
Buddy McGirt is pot shot and the best welterweight champion in the world today.
Well, he might have been the best yesterday because today it's going to be Buddy McGirt if he keeps this up.
The other champs are Meldrick Taylor and Maurice Blocker, who are taking note of Buddy McGirt tonight. McGirt hasn't been a champion since 1988 when he lost the IBF Junior Welterweight crown to Meldrick Taylor.
And McGirt fighting brilliantly. If he doesn't make a mistake, he is in good shape in this fight.
And Simon Brown in his 10th championship fight, 9-0 in those fights.
Simon Brown has to make Buddy McGirt exert energy because he's coming up to the last round. He has to exert energy. Because the last round he's taking it easy. This moment he's gonna go full steam in the 12th round.
And round 11 in the books. 3 minutes to go.
Come on, man. Come on, stop it down.
There are no more race over here. Hey, no more race.
Champ.
No more race over here.
Simon, fuck the eye. You can do it. You do it from speed back with one eye. No eyes, motherfucker. Do it.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't fight.
Look at me. Look at the doctor, sir. Look at the doctor. Doctor's all right. Look at the doctor. He's all right, doc. He's okay. Belly weight, belly.
Okay, baby.
Hey, you can rest all day tomorrow, champion.
Come on, we're good. This is it, baby.
Champion of the world. Let's go, baby. Get out.
3 minutes.
Here we go.
12th and final round for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Can Buddy McGirt hang on here and pull it off? He knocked Simon Brown down in the 10th round. Seemingly all he has to do is stay away.
And he is such a good boxer. He has such motion that he can do it.
If Buddy McGirt only looks at his 5th round, he's making a big mistake. He should go in there and try to finish the fight off if he can.
He's throwing some hard leather. Mike, that was a hard right hand.
Can Simon Brown pull it off? Can he come back and knock McGirt out?
Simon Brown has to rally. He has to give everything he got right now. And I know he's the type of champion that is made to do this. This is an exciting moment, and I'm just tongue-tied from just watching these two great fighters fight.
The crowd chanting for McGirt. Brown, it looks like, has to knock McGirt out to win it, but look at McGirt.
All right, one step back. Let him go, buddy.
McGirt is using his head. What won him the first 4 rounds is won him the last 2. Superior boxing, lateral motion, and all of a sudden, a fresh wellspring of energy that comes from the impending championship belt.
Oh my, left hook missed and might have done damage. Simon Brown must continue to punch. He's walking into punches, which is unlike Simon Brown.
Oh, he's got to be desperate now. Less than a minute and a half. Brown has to throw caution to the wind. But back comes McGirt with combination.
Too fast, too much boxing skill for Simon, who is a slower fighter and a more determined fighter, but he can't find it.
And Brown looking oh so frustrated.
Miracles do happen in boxing, but not usually on a night like this.
He'll have to do it in the last 55. That wasn't it. That right eye closing Simon Brown.
McGirt solidly ahead on my scorecard, and I doubted the judges would see it differently with that knockdown, but we never know.
Simon Brown must, this is only 30 seconds left. He must do something. He has to change the tide somehow. It's never too late, but he has to do something. It doesn't look good in his half.
We've had so many upsets here on Showtime. McGirt, the challenger, coming in the underdog. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 seconds left. Let's look at good boxing.
Outstanding action from the start of this fight. I counted only 2 clinches in the whole fight. Tremendous heart being exhibited by this man. Look at them, crowd around Buddy McGirt, his family, his friends.
Buddy McGirt fought his heart out.
Really did.
And New York has another champion, but as we don't know. But from now, from looking at the scorecards, it looks like New York has another champion.
It is going to the judges. Jerry Roth, Dalby Shirley, and Ray Solis. Buddy and his family and friends praying. We saw him praying prior to the fight. There was one knockdown, Mike, as you saw in the 10th round. Solid left by Buddy McGirt. Check it out.
And as you said, punches like this gives you inspiration. Look at the comments, a sneaky left hook, and as you notice, he was tripling the punches up. And one of them had to land. 1, and he moves. 2, and the 3rd punch, here it goes, boom. And he dropped the great welterweight champion.
Sprawled out on the canvas, Simon Brown has lost only 1 fight, in danger of losing the championship to the man in blue, Buddy McGirt.
And as you know, Steve, this would be the first title fight, if he's to lose, that Brown was to lose.
9-0 in championship fights coming in. A long night for Simon Brown. In there with a tough customer in James Buddy McGirt. We're getting ready for the decision. We're standing by. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 championship 8 rounds of boxing. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dalby Shirley scores at 119-108. Rai Solis scores at 117-110, as does Jerry Roth, 117-110. All three in favor of the winner and the new WBC welterweight champion of the world, James Buddy McGirt.
There you have it, a new champion.
A new champion.